Great morning, great morning, great morning. You guys come on in. Come on in. Come on in, you all. Great morning. Hmm. Hmm. Come on in. Hey, Sharon. Good morning. Good morning. You guys come on in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm going to share. I encourage you guys to share. I just believe that this is going to bless somebody. Hey, April. Great morning. Thank you for sharing. Great morning, Elvaline. How are you? Beautiful. Y'all, I was so sick yesterday. Oh my goodness. Listen, I just was like, oh my God. Come on, Hinesville. Sharon, my cousin is in Hinesville. We're going to have to connect. You might know her. Hey, Corey. Great day. Great day. You guys come on in. Make sure you share. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I feel better than I did yesterday. That's what I'm going to tell y'all. Because yesterday, your girl was out. I was down for the count. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Y'all listen. I finished the live. My husband fixed breakfast. I couldn't hardly eat. I was like, I got to lay down. I laid down. I was in the bed pretty much all day, sleep off and on. But baby, when I tried to, oh my goodness, I tried to drink a little bit of peach soda, right? It was done. It was over. I had to get up and release all of that. Okay. But God is so good. Even in the midst of that, you guys, we started the one challenge. And, I was just determined that the day wouldn't end without me at least doing one wall push-up, one crunch, and one squat. And I actually ended up doing 10 wall push-ups. Like right before I went to bed for the conclusion, I was drinking my Theraflu nighttime version. I finished that. I did my 10 wall push-ups. I did my 5 crunches and my 5 squats, and I was out for the count. The one challenge, just so that you guys know, the one challenge is designed to get you in the habit of doing something daily, the habit of doing it daily. If you want to move, if you want to start moving, the best way to start moving is to start. And sometimes we set such unrealistic goals that we get frustrated with the goal and we just quit. Well, the one challenge is designed to position you to always have success. Because if you don't do 20 wall push-ups, but you did one, you were successful, right? Now, I know some people would say, well, oh, that's not enough to really have an impact. But if you do it consistently, you're going to do more. It's just the fact of the matter. You're just going to. And what I've discovered is, and now I've been in the self-development space a long time. I study psychology. I teach psychology. And I understand that the way we've been doing it doesn't work. Not for most people, it doesn't. There are those people that it works for, but usually it's rooted in a need to be a hyperachiever. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with achievement, but normally hyperachievers' achievement, their identity is rooted in their achievement. So when they stop achieving, then they stop feeling like they have value. I know what it's like to go through that. I know what it's like to go through transitioning from being a hyperachiever to God shutting you down so that you can, reset, right? And then to start going again and how quickly you can fall back into hyperachiever mode. I did it. And God said, oh no, we're not doing this again. So listen, this is what we're going to do. Shut it down. Not all the way, but you're going to shut it down. And I was like, but God, I have goals. And he said, okay, I know, but we're going to do this differently. We're going to do this in a way that's sustainable. And that's the key. You want to get sustainable movement in your life. Oh, goodness. Y'all listen, let me take my Alive. Look, if you don't have some Alive, you need to get some Alive. If you want to know how you can get a shot of Alive or a couple of shots, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to be selling them for $5 a shot. So that you guys can get it, $5 plus shipping and handling. If you want a 5-day supply, you can get that. Okay. All right. Here's two. Yes. Yes. It makes a difference. Here's to grace. Here's to grace. Cheers. Oh my God, that's so good. Let me pour my husband up. Baby, you poured. That's not a whole shot. I'll finish it off. So, the one challenge, it's on my page. You can type in the one challenge. It'll come up and you can join us on the one challenge. What it did for me was it gave me a way to accomplish something even when I was sick. And I was sick. My baby would tell you, I was sick, burning up, aching, all that. This is trash. Thank you. It's the delay. So I was thinking about something. And, God has been dealing with me about people and change. And I realized something. I realized that sometimes we have a hard time giving people grace to grow. But we want grace. I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago. I'm not. Life has happened. I've gone through things. I've grown. I've made some decisions. I've seen some stuff that I didn't like in me. And I proceeded to work on it. I'm not the same person that I was 3 years ago. Although I am the same person that I was 3 years ago. I'm still me. I'm just me who has grown. And hopefully we're all growing. Hopefully we're all becoming a better version of us. Hopefully we're all doing that. But I realized that sometimes, I'm just going to talk about me for a minute. Sometimes I won't give people a chance because of who I've seen them to be in the past. Am I the only one? You had an experience with someone or you felt a way and you're like, no, I'm not fooling with you. But somewhere along the way, that person, like you, has had some experiences and they've discovered some things about themselves, and they've worked on themselves, and they've grown. If we don't give other people the grace to grow, then why should people give us the grace to grow? I know you think that the stuff that was wrong with you was nothing compared to the stuff that's wrong with these people, right? Maybe, maybe not. But regardless, we gotta give you people the space to grow. I'm not saying that you gotta run all up in their face. I'm not saying that you've got to seek them out. I'm not saying any of that. But sometimes God will cause people to cross your path again to see how are you going to respond. Are you going to respond judgmentally? Are you going to respond from a place of, oh, I already know who they are? Or are you going to allow God to reveal who they are, where they are? Sometimes they're the same, and you just know. But are you immediately cutting people off, or immediately missing out on blessings because of people? I made a decision, like, I don't care. I don't mean no harm, y'all, but I don't care about who's what or who had what experience. I know when God brings a blessing my way, I want every bit of the blessing, and I can't miss it because I had a bad experience in the past, or someone else had a bad experience in the past. I can't miss it. And what I'm realizing is either I've misjudged some people or they've grown. Either way, I don't want to miss my blessings because of that. I don't want to miss my blessings because I'm looking at people today based on who they were 5 years ago. Or I'm looking at people today based on what they did 5 years ago. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that, and God really challenged me in that area because I'm the type of person, like, if I don't really fool with you, I don't fool with you. I'm not going to fool with nothing that you're doing. I'm just not going to do it because I'm like, something about them. I don't, something about them. I don't know what it is, but it's something, and I'm not here for it. So God challenged me in that area. And what I realized was, I would have missed out on a blessing had I not allowed myself to see and hear for myself the change. But I had to open myself up. Now, this is the problem. We don't want to open ourselves up because we don't want to be hurt. Because we know what it feels like to be hurt. We don't want to feel that again. So we want to avoid it. But God is calling us to show people grace. To show people grace. Really show people grace. And not just superficial grace, but I'm talking about to really allow them to grow, allow them to be someone different, allow them to be an improved version of themselves. I don't know many people who are exactly the same 5 years later. And sometimes it doesn't even take that long. So look, let me say this. We miss out on so much when we don't allow ourselves to grow or others to grow. We miss out on so much because the fact of the matter is we only operate on what we know, what's familiar to us. Um, And when something is not familiar, it's not in alignment with what we've always known, we tend to shun it, avoid it, judge it. We tend to look at it as something bad or evil. We find ourselves in a place where something that's sent to be a blessing ends up not blessing us because we can't see the blessing. All we can see is it doesn't look like what we're familiar with. It doesn't look like what we've always known. It doesn't look like what we would have thought. It doesn't look like it. And yet God, in his infinite wisdom, will often send our blessings in packages that don't look like what we thought, through people that we wouldn't have thought. And yet it changes nonetheless. It doesn't change at all the fact that God said this, that God said this. It doesn't look like what you thought it would look like. You know, it didn't come the way you thought it would come, but you know that you heard God. And even though you heard God, you know it's also counter to what you thought, right? You didn't think that, but God said, do this. That's a test to see, are you going to be more consumed with your understanding of a thing, of a situation, of people than God? See, because God knows the heart. We judge the heart based on the outside, but God knows the heart of people. So while we judging people's hearts, we don't know their heart. We just judge it based off what we think it is. But God knows. Yes, baby, stop trying to be God. And let God be God. Absolutely. Bae, can you please bring me the lemon garlic honey? I mean, lemon ginger honey thing, drink. And bring me some extra honey. Yes, Mike, we have to give grace even on the decline. Come on. Jason said we need to be patient with ourselves and with other people as well. Absolutely. You know, we live in such a microwave society. You know, in my psychology class, my students had an assignment, and the assignment was to talk about temporal discounting. And temporal discounting is basically how we decide if the outcome or the reward is worth the wait. It's making the decision between a short-term or a long-term reward. And one of the things that I know about us as human beings is many times we'll miss out on the long-term reward trying to get a short-term reward. The thing about short-term rewards is short-term rewards give you a gratification in the present, but they often don't last. And in order to get long-term rewards, it requires a different mindset. You're playing the long game and not the short game. In the trading world, you watch movies about traders, and they'll talk about, we watch the show Billions, and they talk about the short game versus the long game. When they're playing the long game, they know they're going to have to leave the trade in longer in order to see the results. But we have to understand that sometimes the short game is good. Sometimes it is about the short-term reward, but sometimes it's about the long-term reward. And when it comes to people, we got to stop looking at people and only seeing the short term and not seeing the long term. Listen, I understand. I was thinking about this today. It's so crazy to me. God always allows me to see people in the future, right? And in the present, they don't look like it. In the present, it don't look nothing like what I'm saying. It don't look nothing like what I'm seeing. But it doesn't change the fact that I see them in their future. Thank you, babe. It doesn't change the fact that I see them in their future. Like I see them in the part of their life when things have worked out. Babe, it's not hot. I done let it get cold, y'all. That's my fault. I was thinking about a couple of people in particular. When I lived in Nashville, I had a chance to meet a couple of people. And I met a guy, and he was, I don't even remember how we met, but he cleaned carpets. And I said, oh, I need somebody to clean my carpet. Can you clean my carpet for me? He came to clean my carpet, and I began to prophesy to him, right? Now he's cleaning carpets. He's hustling. He's hustling to get it done, to make it happen. He's hustling, right? And I told him what I saw. Fast forward. He's in Bible school, Bible college. And I'm teaching at the school, you know. And I see him, and he's, you know, taking his journey. Fast forward to today. He is a bishop doing great things. He's an incredible businessman, having great success. No longer in Tennessee, but in Jacksonville, Florida. Bishop Mike Favors participated in the Proctor School. He's now officially a Proctor coach. Listen, I saw him when he was cleaning carpets. And that wasn't even his job. That was just something that he did on the side. But I knew who he was. I knew who he was. And I treated him like who he was before he was who he was, before he was who he became. You understand? It took a while for him to get there, but I saw it. Another young lady, Apostle LaShondria Snipes. When I met her, she was going through stuff. She was going through. At one point, she was homeless, but I saw who she was. Now, she's Apostle LaShondria Snipes, traveling around the world, preaching and speaking. Before she became who she is, I saw who she was. How many people have discounted you? They have felt like you're not who you are. They have acted as though you were not significant because they couldn't see who you are at your core, because they were looking at who you are in the moment, where you are in the moment. Baby. Babe. Yeah. Can you heat this up for me, please? They saw the surface, but they didn't see the future. Thank you, babe. Can you heat this up for me, please? It's cold, babe. I know. I let it get cold.
Oh, okay.
I said that.
Let the record show there, Buster.
I said that. Y'all did not say that. I said the people can vouch for me. You can't. I'm telling you, people miss out so much on the people who are going to really change the world because they don't look like what they think they should look like. I know. I'm going to say this. Some of you on this line right now, people discounted you. They said, oh, they ain't going to never do nothing. Oh, they not this, they not that. Oh, they just this, they just that. But baby, I see you in the future. I see you in the future changing lives. I see you in the future making millions. I see you in the future owning businesses. I see you in the future traveling the world speaking. I see you in the future impacting the lives of people. I see you in the future, and I need you to start looking at your future and not your past. Your past is not an indicator of your future. Your past is an indicator of what you've had to overcome so that you can get to your future. It gives you a different kind of understanding. You show up differently because you've gone through some stuff. But I see you in your future, and it looks mighty good to me. So when I take time to do and to spend time with people and to build with people, and the people that are close to me, they may not have looked like where they're going when we met, but I know where they're going. I know that without a doubt. I have no question about it. I've seen it. I've seen it. But you just got to give people the grace to grow. You got to give them the grace to grow because you need the grace to grow. Who you are right now is not who you'll be, but it's who you are right now on your way to who you're becoming. But who you're going to become was already you. Thank you, baby. Thank you, babe. You're so sweet. I love you. So don't discount people. Don't just toss people away. Give them an opportunity to grow. Now, are there people who, even when they grow, they're not going to be your people, your cup of tea, your whatever? Yes, there are. And it's okay. Everybody is not for everybody, but everybody is for somebody. Everybody is not for everybody, but everybody is for somebody. So I know, oh my God, I know that there may be people who I help them as much as I can help them. I did my part. I ran my leg of the race. But somebody else will come in and they'll finish the race. It's not my job to judge their race. It's not my job to say, oh, they're never going to. That's not my job. It's not my call. My call is to play my part. And when I've played my part, listen, and my part is done, it's time for me to not judge them and what they will do or what they can do. I just wasn't the one. Some plant, some water, and others get the increase. And I think one of the reasons we struggle is we think we're supposed to do all three things with everybody, and it doesn't work like that. Oh my God, that's so good. We think we're supposed to do all three things with everybody, and it does not work like this. Some people, my job, my role in their life was just to sow some seeds that one day they would look back on those seeds and they would remember. That was it. Some people, somebody had sowed some seeds into them and they came to me and I watered the seeds. I watered the seeds. The seeds began to take root. You know, they began to grow. You know, that was my job. That was my part in the journey. Come here, babe. Mm-hmm. I see you. I see you, Mr. Sexy. I just know my part. And then some people, seeds were sown in their life at some point. Other people watered the seeds. And my job is to help bring the harvest. That's my job. To help the full manifestation of it, that's my job. Now, my job is not more important than the person who sowed the first seeds. It's not. Nor is it more important than the person who watered. It's not. I just happen to be connected at the time of the harvest. So just because you're connected at the time of the harvest doesn't mean somebody else didn't sow seeds and somebody else didn't water. And that their seeds that they sowed or the time that they watered was not just as important. Because guess what? Even though I may be with somebody at the time when they get the harvest, there are other people that I was the one that sowed the seeds. And the people might not never admit that I did that. They might not never admit it, but it doesn't change the fact that I did. They might not ever admit that I watered seeds that had been sown. They might not ever admit it, but it doesn't change the fact that I did. But it's not my job to judge that because, listen, you don't know what God is doing or what he's going to do. We just have to take the journey. We just have to know that God is God. And ultimately, at the end of the day, God knows the heart of man. What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Mm-hmm. Come around. This man right here. I like them better than the other ones. Your past is a stepping stone to your future and not a millstone around your neck. Amen, Tasha. I know that's right. So give grace for people to grow. Give grace for yourself to grow. You may not have done it in the past, right? But it's okay, because that doesn't mean that you won't do it. Too often when we don't do something, when we initially set out to do it, we give up on it because we say, well, I can't do it. This isn't for me. We give up on the wrong stuff and keep doing we give up on the right stuff and keep doing the wrong stuff. We give up on the stuff that's designed to take us into our future, and we keep doing the stuff that is not going to take us anywhere. I don't understand it. Yes, I do. Listen, if you can be successful doing the wrong stuff, and success is that you feel like you're good at it, right? But it ain't destiny. It ain't your future, but you feel like you're good at it. We tend to do what we get reward from. And we don't, that short-term reward. Remember I talked about that short-term reward, right? We tend to do what we get reward from. And if we don't feel reward from it, we don't do it anymore. So we've got to shift our perspective and give people the grace to grow, and people includes us. There are people who would tell my husband, oh, you just don't know what you got. This man done chopped his behind off. Come here, let me see. Let me feel the material. That's a nice. That first one looked like a funny material. I like those. I done turned. This man done became a shopping monster. Y'all see? I sowed the seeds. No, the seeds were sown. Seeds had already been sown. The seeds had already been sown. I must have watered them because they are sprouting. Y'all keep watching my husband. Keep watching him. Angel number 166. Because this man right here is a fashion icon. I just need y'all to know my husband is a fashion icon. Yes, he is. Yeah, I was nervous though, y'all, because he wore overalls. When he would have them overalls on, and he still would put them overalls on and work. Now, listen, don't get it twisted. He ain't working here putting them overalls on. It looked like Farmer Jean, okay? But baby, when he put his clothes on, and he done found his style, he unstoppable. Baby, listen, when he walk into the room, he walk into the room, VIP, all eyes on me, wipe me down. That's him. Wipe me down. Listen, but I had to give him the grace to grow into that, because that's not, he always was about style. He was always about fashion. But his environment was more of a conservative environment. So for his environment, he was killing it. Now he killing it everywhere. I'm just like, who is this man, right? I had to give him the grace to grow. If I had said, oh no, and it wasn't that he didn't like fashion. Oh, he likes fashion. He listen, trying to tell y'all, he liked fashion. Oh, he be swaggy down all the time, right? And sometimes he be on it, But now this man has gotten a sense of style and self that is oh yes. Oh yes. I'm gonna have to go get some more clothes now, because he finna outswag me. Grace. We discount so many people because of external factors without giving them the grace to grow. And so many people discount us because of external factors, because of our past or who we were. without giving the grace to grow, without understanding that your past is a necessary part of your story. God is creating your story. Your story's already been written, but he's allowing your story to play out in the eyes of people, angel number 177. And it's playing out because it's designed to show what God can do. What God can do. And different people play different roles in that process, but all of it is God. I remember God said he brought me into my husband's life to restore his youthfulness. Because he just swore he was old. I'm like, you only a couple of years older than me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He's like, I'm old because I'm old. I'm like, no, you're not old. What are you talking about? Now, he's vibrant. He's got renewed. He always, listen, y'all, there's some things that I absolutely love about my husband. And one of the things that drew me to him was his smile. My husband has the most beautiful smile that I've ever seen. Like when I tell you, when he smiles, he'll light up a whole room. And I don't care how you feel. I can be mad at him. And he'll come in and he'll smile. I'll be like, don't be smiling at me. Don't be smiling at me. But he put that smile on. Ooh, baby, come here. Come here. Turn around. Somebody get him. Yes, he is. Like, when you look at his pictures before us and you look at him now, you be like, what? He has a freedom to show up vibrantly in the world. And I love it. But his smile, it got me. We've had to give each other the grace to grow and have to continue to do so. That's what marriage is. Marriage is giving each other the grace to grow. Marriage is allowing a person to evolve and being open to evolving with them. And one of the challenges marriages face is when one person is evolving and the other one is not. They're staying the same. Jason said, thanks for this word, and I'm praying for you to feel better. But one thing I'm learning about people, they forget and remember the evil you have done more quickly than the good that they. Yep, they do. But listen, that's why you got to know who you are. I've had to learn that people won't always remember the good things I did in their life or the ways that I blessed their life. They may only remember their disappointments, right? That may be all they remember, but it doesn't nullify, it doesn't negate the impact. It doesn't. So I can't take it personally. See, this is when you learn this lesson, this is the lesson that will get you through anything that you go through in life. Don't take anything personally. Listen, everybody has a story, right? And you may be the villain in their story. Don't take it personally. There got to be a villain in there. Somebody got to be the villain. Well, if it's you, okay, fine. Take the journey and know that all we can do is the best we can do at any given time. And you can't get caught up in the role that someone places you in their story. That's their story. They have a right to do whatever they want to with their story because it's theirs. What you can't do is allow their story to determine yours. So you got to give them the grace to have their story and to grow in their story, and you grow in yours. Remember, you are the central character in your own story. You are the star in your own story. And so you need to decide how you're going to show up in this story. I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she said, Ma, you need a reality show. I said, girl, my husband is not ready for a reality show. I said, he is not ready for that. Because, baby, I already know what they're going to say about me. Listen, I already know the stuff that's going to be said about me. And I'm good with it, right? My husband is not ready for that. He's like, no, I can just see, no. Because people are unmerciful when it comes to judging people's lives. And reality shows gives permission. Y'all heard what he said, right? Y'all heard what he said, right? Y'all remember that when the show come out. It's going to be a show. Anyway, because God said it. Listen, you've got to not take stuff personally. Don't take it personally. Okay. He said no, not never. Okay. Yes, it is. I'm glad you recognized that. Yeah. You thought about it after you said it. Yeah. I know, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not what you would choose. It's not what you would choose. You like, I didn't sign on for this, but you didn't sign on to being on Facebook Live. You didn't sign on for your life to being displayed on Facebook. You didn't sign on for any of that. Like, that was not, okay, this is what I want. Okay. But I absolutely accept your no. So, as we take our journey, we have to give people the grace to grow in the ways that God wants to grow us. How many assignments has God given you that you were like, I don't want that assignment? Mike said, you can get 99 things right and people only remember the one thing you did wrong. Absolutely. And if you only did one thing wrong, you're doing good. You got a great average. Yes, Michelle. Listen, y'all, right. A lot of grace. A lot of grace. But you got to do it. Let me go back. We got angel number 177. I want to look at that, and 166. Let me look at those and tell y'all what they say. Angel number 177. Angel number 177 is a powerful reminder that when we stay true to ourselves, use our creativity, and trust our intuition, anything is possible. It's a sign that we are on the right path and have the courage to pursue our passions and make positive changes in our lives. Angel number 177 indicates that your prayers have reached the divine realms. Your angels are infusing into your love life a sense of balance. Angel number 177 is a reminder that it is up to you to go after what you want in life. You may be feeling scared or like you are not enough. The angels want you to know that you have everything you need. It tells you to pray to God to understand how to tackle all situations, tasks, topics, difficulties, and opportunities to favor your life. It means you should keep going and continue to put your best into everything you do. It's a powerful figure symbolizing spiritual awakening, leadership, self-confidence, and intuition. It is a sign that abundance. Oh, hold on. Let me get to it. Let me find it. It's a sign that abundance and success are on the way, and you should trust the universe to bring you all that you desire. When you see this number, take it as a calling to work towards connecting with your higher self and unlocking spiritual enlightenment. Y'all, this is why we've got to pay attention to our spiritual growth and development. We got to, create relationship with God. We get good at religion. We get good at church, but baby, you got to get a relationship with God. You got to allow God to speak to you personally. You got to hear from God. You got to allow yourself to go to God, be vulnerable with him, and know that you don't have to come to him perfect. You don't have to say, dear Father God, the Most High. You don't have to do that. That's our daddy. And when we understand that he is our father, that is our daddy, and he wants to give us good things. He wants to bring good things in our lives. He wants that, like any parent does, right? But he can't give us stuff we can't handle. Because like any good parent, you're not going to give your child the keys to a car at 3 and tell them to go drive. Because you know that the thing that they want will kill them. It will destroy them. So some of the stuff, my God, today, I need y'all to catch this right here. Some of the stuff that you desire right now, you're not ready for. And God can't give it to you because if he gives it to you, it's going to be like giving you a way to commit suicide. You're not ready for it. You're not ready for it. So delays may be a sign that you're not ready. Well, how do you get ready? Well, you get ready by growing spiritually. Growing in listen, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Luke 2:52. Luke 2:52 says this. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. There was a season of Jesus's life that we don't see anything about in the 66 books of the canonized Bible. It doesn't mean that there weren't things that were written. They're just not included in those 66 books, okay? But it says that during that time, Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. There is a season where you have to grow in wisdom and stature. So stature deals with that physical growth, right? That physical growth. So he grew in wisdom, which means he had some things to learn, and he had to grow into his being, right? And in favor with God and with man. Let me tell y'all something. I remember when the blue checks came out. Verified. People were working to get verified. In order to get verified, you had to do this, you had to do this, you had to do that. This morning, I got Meta verified. My Facebook and my Instagram. Now listen to me. I just got a message. Get verified. $14.99 a month. You get increased assistance, account protection, and you get the blue check. I did not work for the blue check. I did not go seeking out the blue check because when I sought to get the blue check, I was like, this is too much work. It's too much work. I'm not doing it. Today, the invitation came. Listen. I'm telling y'all how God's favor works. Listen to me. I got the message. They said verify your profile picture, your information. Send us a copy of the front and back of your driver's license. Institute two-factor verification. I submitted my license. 10 minutes later, they said it can take up to 48 hours to verify you. 10 minutes later, it said you are verified. And if you look on my Veronica Wiggins Johnson page, you will see the blue check. The same thing was true with the student loan forgiveness. I didn't go, I was supposed to do this paperwork. Someone told me all the steps to take. I hadn't taken them. I was like, man, I hope I didn't miss it. All of a sudden, we're in a class talking about student loans and student loan forgiveness. And I get an email saying that your loan has been forgiven. April got an email. Listen to me. I'm telling y'all. Look, when you have favor, when you allow yourself to grow in wisdom and stature, you're going to get favor with God and man. Listen, my favor with God extends to people. God has given me favor. One of my new apostle doctor sisters is having a concert. And I was like, oh no, girl, I'm going to the concert and I need a VIP ticket. Listen, what I need to do to get the VIP, it said it was sold out. But what I need to do, because I'm not regular. Not only are we going VIP, but I'm going to open up with a prayer. I didn't ask for that. That's favor. That's favor. See, we've got to understand, when we make God our central focus, when we're focused on God, when we seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, then all these things will be added unto you. They will be added. Angel number 2010. Let me look at it. Angel number 2010. Angel number 2010 is a sign of spiritual awakening, abundance, and completion. Your angels are urging you to stay focused on your goals, trust your intuition, and believe in yourself. It tells you that new ideas and concepts are coming to you, and your angels encourage you to stretch the horizons of your mind. It centers around healing and self-care. This number encourages you to take time for yourself and to focus on your own healing. Listen to this. Angel number 2010 gives the verdict of your struggles. It gives the verdict of your struggles. What do you think the verdict is? We win, right? Additionally, it shows how you're manifesting the abundance in your life. You have everything you need. Y'all, listen, I need you to get this. God has been trying to show us, and you notice consistently the angel numbers are pretty much saying the same thing. Like, they always deal with our spiritual growth, because right now this is the season where you gotta grow spiritually. You cannot be stuck in the same old and think you're going to get the promises of God. You can't. It's not working. You've been so caught up in being religious that you're missing the relationship part of it. It's about I don't care how much you go to church. I don't care how much you on your faith. I don't care how much you fasting. Listen, if you are not actively engaging in relationship with God, personal relationship with God, everything else is form and show and fashion. It is not what God is desiring. I'm not saying he doesn't desire us to fast and pray or any of those things. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you got to have the right motivation with it. What is your motivation? What is your motivation? Yes, Denise. Yes. God is trying to get us somewhere. He's trying to get us somewhere, and he wants to know that he's got some people who will go if they have to go by themselves. He wants to know that he's got some people who will take the journey no matter what it costs them. He wants to know that listen, he'll take care of everything else. I'm trying to tell y'all, he will take care of everything else, but will you do your part? Will you do your part? Will you? Just do your part. Grace. Unmerited favor. You can't work for it. You can't win it. It's just freely given. Watch what God does this week. Watch how he shows up. When you just give people the grace to grow and give yourself the grace to grow. Listen, I pray this word blessed you. I pray that you got something that you needed. I believe that God is doing some supernatural things in our lives that requires us to operate in another level of grace. If this word blessed you and you want to sow a seed, you can sow your seed at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. God is moving. Talking about I'm feeling scratchy. You got yourself, trying to kiss on me and drink after me and stuff. I told you. I gotta get healed so I can take care of my baby. Look, I love you guys. To life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.